Hi, my name's Jennifer. I'm a third-year honors physics student at the University of Alberta. I'm also the president of the Undergraduate Physics Society. Since we couldn't meet you in person this year at the open house, we thought it'd be nice to still hear from some physics students. So hopefully we can answer some of the questions you might be having.
My name's Aniket. I'm in the first year of honors physics program.
My name is Braden Dundas. I'm a second year specialization in physics student.
I'm Grace, and I'm in the honors physics program.
My name is Sean. I'm a third year student specializing in astrophysics.
Hi, my name is Karan. I'm an undergrad taking my third year in astrophysics in the specialization program.
My name is Tyler Montgomery, and I'm in my fourth year of the honors math phys program.
So, hi, I'm Jaden. I'm geophysics fourth year student at the University of Alberta.
Why did you choose physics?
I've always loved science and anything to do with figuring out how things work. Even in junior high and high school, that was my favorite subject, where I thought that's where I learned the most things about the world, just how things work and why things are the way they are. And I've always just had a passion for being into science. I remember I used to tell everyone when I was younger that I wanted to be a scientist, even before I knew what they actually did.
I switched into physics halfway through my first year because math and astronomy were my favorite classes, and having a physics major allowed me to look into those fields a lot more.
Well, when I was younger, I was really interested in astronomy and everything, hence why I'm an astrophysics student right now. And in high school, I got really interested in physics and understanding the why behind everything that's going on in the universe. And I just thought it was very interesting, something that really connected with me personally.
I started off in general physics with a minor in chemistry, and I wanted to pick something a little more specific. And so I tried Geophysics 110 in my first year, and I really appreciated it. I really appreciated the applicability of it, taking physics out into the field and doing actual measurements and contributing to society with it. I really thought it was something I wanted to work towards, and I've stuck with it ever since.
Do you like your program?
I really enjoy my program because academically it's a lot of problem solving and applying the stuff that you're learning. And outside of that, the physics community has a very strong support network with other students, TAs, and professors.
Geophysics is a great program. The professors are all great. I really appreciate them. They're definitely willing to put in the time to make sure you do well.
I like it quite a bit. I'm learning lots, having fun. It's always something new each day, which I enjoy.
Is physics just math?
Physics involves a lot of math, but it's not just math. There's this quote that math is the language of the universe, which is true, and physics is understanding the universe mathematically, but you use math as a tool to understand the physical phenomena, and it's more than just number punching and stuff that people used to do in high school. It's more understanding what is happening and describing it mathematically. So it involves a lot of math, and the math is pretty hard, but it's not just math.
Even though physics definitely has a lot of math that you have to do, something that I used to feel in my math classes was that I couldn't apply what I was learning, and I was kind of learning stuff that I would never use. But physics takes a lot of concepts and uses math to kind of show them, and it's a meshing of the two subjects, I guess.
Is physics hard?
I'd say yes, but also you can say that about all of the other programs in university as well. These programs aren't meant to be easy. They're meant to challenge you and to help you grow and learn. So I don't think a program being hard should really discourage you from trying it.
Definitely a challenge. It's not really like a walk in the park. You can go into tests without studying or anything like that, but taking the time to sit down and do the work doesn't really feel like a chore, just because the stuff you're learning about is very, very interesting. And I feel like I'm really curious to know all of these things, so I look forward to actually learning about them.
It is very, very hard, but honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. That's why I find it so compelling, and I'm so passionate about it, because I don't really want to do something that's easy. I like to be challenged.
What is the physics community like?
Everybody kind of has a bit of we're all in this boat together because physics is challenging, and a lot of the courses aren't directly curved, so everybody tries to help each other out to do the best that they possibly can and be the best that they can be. So it's pretty darn good, gotta say.
Very, very supportive. I think because everyone kind of knows that the stuff we're learning about is challenging. So even TAs and professors are very accommodating with questions and concerns and will always take time to help you through any issues that you're having.
Community is really great, actually. Like the Undergraduate Physics Society is doing a really great job this year. They're doing like mentoring sessions and they're organizing like game nights and like these undergraduate talks with the professors, so you get to know them and know like what physics is right now, like in the modern society, not just like what we're learning in the curriculum. So it's really great. The physics community, 2 thumbs up.
It's actually pretty welcoming and open. Professors are there to help you are there to see you succeed, and they want you to excel, obviously.
Physics community, a bunch of other math and physics nerds for sure. There's no other place I know of that I can be like, oh, like, look, guys, look, I just found this really cool like result that I was like in a YouTube video, and like, oh, that's so cool. You know, I bring that up to any other of my friend groups, and they're like, oh, you nerd. But with you guys, with the physics community, it's like, you know, we get to nerd out about that kind of stuff together and be like, oh, that is cool.
Especially the undergrad physics community at the U of A is a great network of people that are definitely very encouraging to help each other. We've got a great undergraduate physics society here at the U of A. They're always willing to help out. Even here in COVID-19, we have a great online community up and going where everyone's interacting and working together and helping each other out.
What opportunities do you have as a physics student?
There's a lot of opportunities even as an undergraduate student. So I'm in the honors program, and for honors they have this undergraduate research project in the 4th year where you can work together with a professor who does research at the university, and you can do research of your own with them. And even we have colloquiums every week where like professors in the physics field at the university talk about their research in a good way, and it's a good way to learn about what it's like to actually like study physics, what it's like in the field. And I think that's a good way to do that. And there's so many opportunities, like we have internships, and then there's studying abroad, like there's the exchange program in Oslo where you can go to Norway in your 4th year, which is really exciting. And I think that would be pretty cool to study in a different country and travel and learn physics.
There are a lot of opportunities as physics students. A lot of the professors are doing research, and a lot of them are really nice and open to like getting students involved, whether it be like volunteering or like actual like paid research. And we also have things like the science internship program and the undergraduate research initiative that are also still open to us too. So we have a lot of options.
This is the one that to me is the most important stuff, is the co-op opportunities. Like you get emails constantly about like, there's this internship program, this opportunity for you to go off to find work in research, that sort of thing. I've been seeing those emails coming in. I have been seeing there's weekly colloquiums, I don't know how to pronounce them, but basically like lectures and that you can attend to see what research is going on at the university beyond the undergraduate, or even the undergraduates are helping out with in that. There's plenty of opportunities that way. There's opportunities to meet and connect with other people and that you'll find in your classes. It's fantastic. Plenty of opportunities.
All of them? I don't know. The physics, this program is all I've ever wanted in terms of like where I see myself going forward. Like me personally, for my own research, I've worked with data collected at CERN, which is super cool. I've been, you know, my work with the neutrino flux is being used by a bunch of different physicists all over the world, and it's so cool to see. Like just last week, I had a meeting where my work, stuff that I did, was brought up, and for someone I didn't even would think would be using that. And that's just so rewarding. It's so interesting. Not to mention all the different travel opportunities you'd have if it wasn't given other circumstances in other years, but all the travel opportunities you have to go to conventions and stuff all over the world, and all the connections you make. Like I've worked with a postdoc who's now in Japan. Yeah, it opens up as many doors as you want it to open up, you know?
Do you have any advice for prospective physics students?
Learn to study really well. That's one thing that I learned the hard way, was how to properly like prepare for exams, prepare for tests.
I guess, yeah, let's see, keep a routine, I guess. It's very much like if you do that in your first year especially, everything else will just be so much easier in the next years, and especially in your first year, learn the theory a lot, understand the theory and the basics, because then it's just going to make everything else easier and easier as you keep going.
My advice would be to expose yourself to stuff like computer programming and coding, because that's actually a lot more prominent than I thought it was going to be, so I didn't have a background in that before I came into it.
So for people that are considering joining physics, I have some advice, and that is work together. Don't try to do it all on your own.
What would you have liked to know about the physics program when you were in high school?
I would have liked to know more about the different fields of physics personally.
So when I was in high school, I would have appreciated knowing that geophysics was a thing. I didn't even know in high school. It wasn't until my first year at university that I understood that geophysics was its own discipline. In high school, they mostly tell you if you want to take your physics further, you can go into engineering, or if you want to go really far, you can go into physics itself. But geophysics isn't usually mentioned. I would appreciate if more high school students knew about it.
So Math 31 for Alberta, which is calculus, is the most important class I took in grade 12.
Thing I'd like to know the most was how much support there would be. Physics in high school, right? You just really have your teacher and maybe your couple peers in that. But university physics, you can find there's in the basement of CSIS and that you have the physics help room where you have TAs who help you. You have your professors, I've found, have been more than willing to help you out.
Why should I consider taking physics?
You consider taking physics? Well, firstly, if you want to discover more about how the world works around you, that's probably going to be the biggest reason. Secondly, if you do appreciate math to a degree, but you want to pursue a future in maybe a non-math related career, physics is a great way to go.
I think you should consider taking physics because it teaches you a lot about how the world works, and it gives you a perspective into all the small processes that are going on around you that you maybe wouldn't have considered if you weren't in the classes.
Me personally, I think it's one of the most important endeavors that humans can embark on, and I think that we're answering some of the most fundamental questions about the universe, and I think that's where the greatest strides in like human, human achievement, I think the biggest steps have been made in the field of physics, and I think that's wonderful, and I think to be a part of that is wonderful.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
This program is wonderful, and to anyone who's seeing this, I highly recommend it.
I would just like to add to not be intimidated by the idea of majoring in physics. I feel like a lot of people hear physics and think that's just impossible stuff, it's impossible math and everything like that, but it is definitely very interesting and very beneficial to learn about.
So you heard from physics students from all the different physics disciplines, including physics, geophysics, astrophysics, and mathematical physics. If you'd like to hear more about any of those programs, please watch the video for them. Also, we're going to have a Q&A if you're interested in hearing more from physics students, so you have some questions that we didn't answer. Please come talk to us. I'd love to chat about the physics program with you. I look forward to seeing you in the future someday. Have a great day.